Day 345, Toddy here, making daily videos for a few reasons. For a reason, I'm sure. Darren's moved out. He's still here, just sorting a few things. We've been moving some fridges, but yeah, a bit sad. Time's coming to an end up on the farm, on the hill. It's been beautiful here, beautiful. We're just having a little chat. I fed him some pasta dinner. He's got nowhere to go. Well, he kind of has, but not like, it's weird, like his move is not a traditional house move. And nor is ours, because we're not moving to another house. Like, he hasn't found somebody somewhere. We've decided to check out of the UK and buy a van, kit it out with minimal basic stuff, but then driving out of here. So we don't have a house to go to, but we're renting the Airbnbs, which just seems like a no-brainer at this point, because rent, bills, maintenance, all of that stuff here. In warmer climates, with the, of course, benefit of roaming and having evolving, developing, flexible landscapes around you, is way cheaper than any of this nonsense in the UK. So yeah, it just, when you add it all up on one side and the other, it's just like, okay, rent another place in the UK above a shop for the same money in some hovel, or get a van, travel around Europe, be free, Airbnbs, have all the stuff there, pull up on the beach with a van, get the barbecue out, have a great time. Work online, earn online, invest online. No physical dependency, which of course is the definition of a digital nomad, which is what we are. We've got nomad.co, the website, teaching people how to become a digital nomad. And all you need to do is earn your cash online, earn your money online. Oh, I'm going to sit down because I'm tired. It's about 7 o'clock, but I'll be going to bed. I'll be going to bed soon. I am exhausted. I'm not superhuman doing all of these jobs and tasks and or doing them, but it's like I'm just doing everything, and then you've got to eat, and then it's just, I'm doing it all because I know on the other side it will be good. So I think in life you have to sometimes sacrifice short-term health, I guess, in the shortest way possible to describe it. I had a few updates for you all. Oh yes, eBay guy. I made a video a couple of days ago about eBay dickheads, basically, that purposely buy things from people, Apple products namely, has been my experience. They'll hunt out people that are selling Apple products that are maybe a bit older, maybe have some defect, and then they'll buy them, and then they'll shake you down. They'll be like, oh, that crack's a bit bigger. Oh, this trackpad doesn't work. This is what the guy said to me, and I'm glad I called him out. I was like, because I've got hundreds of things to do, but I was just like, I'm not going to be shaken down by Mr. eBay dickhead over here. You know, that's the last thing I need, even though I'm vulnerable right now because I am overwhelmed and very busy. It's just going to get busier and busier over the next few weeks, and that it would be easy to take the money and then give this guy 80 quid. But I said, nah. And this is a bit of a good tip, actually, because I kind of knew where this was going. If you ever buy something or sell something on eBay and then somebody gives you a response like this, where they're like, oh, this is broken, or you need to send me this money for this, and they're quite like, and then I could have been, and this is advice for not just on eBay, this is advice for real world situations as well, to not respond to how you would normally respond. Because like I could have engaged with that and gone like, yeah, but that's fine, the trackpad's fine, everything's fine, blah 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 blah, and that would have riled up the situation. Instead, I went the pacifier and I said, "Oh right, trackpad, fine when I had it, didn't know it's a problem. How much is the how much is that all going to cost?" Like, and then went into it. I didn't give some confrontational language there. And then we went into it a few more and had some conversations, and I was kind of almost like playing dumb, but I was just testing because I knew this might be the case, that this could be occurring. But in the end, and after these conversations, I just said, "We'll post it back then." Didn't respond for nearly 48 hours, like a good day and a half, because I think I made this video on the eBay stuff a couple of days ago. And yeah, then I received the money. So it's like I called him out, and I'm really glad I did now, because it would have been easy for me in that situation to be like, oh, okay, here's 80 quid. The thing is, I did offer to pay for half of it, and I'd forgotten that part. So he got back in touch after the sale had gone through and I'd received the funds. I was like, yes, win, win, win. Called you out. He was like, would you kindly send the 40 quid? So I thought, you know what, because I did offer that, I'm going to do that. And I like the way that you've done it. You've not been an arsehole. You've let the money come through to me. And then you've reminded me of what I did offer. And I just thought at the time, I was like, well, he wants 80. That's ridiculous. But like half, if he's willing to meet that halfway, and it's not about the money, it's more about him not being an arsehole and being, that would make it a bit more real, not more like a shakedown. So yeah, I'd kind of forgotten I'd offered that to him, but when he said it, I was like, yeah, okay, fine, mate. And you do get it back off the eBay fees, because I did ask him that, actually. That was one of the questions I did ask when we were talking. So he said it comes back off your fees, because obviously you get charged. On my eBay is a business account. You shouldn't get charged fees. I've tried to turn the eBay business back to a personal. You can't do it. You can't do it. So we're just stuck. We're stuck on the business, and you pay around 10%. But paying him back the 40 quid, I only had to charge my card £36.41 or something, because it adjusted the fees. So that's a tiny blessing. But it was just, I didn't want a fight to start with, and this was a good product, like at a good price. So I guess I kind of folded half of the way to pacify the situation quickly. And yeah, it's a tricky one, because you don't want to fight. I think a lot of people just get into fights online, and then there's no real outcome. I was going for like positive outcomes all around, so everybody's just happy and can walk away, and we never have to think about this thing ever again. It's all done and dusted, not going to some drama fight club kind of thing. But yeah, I kind of did it, and then messaged them back and said, yeah, I think I've done the refund. I had a bit of a freeze on the banking. I didn't know if it worked or not, but it looked like it had gone out the bank for like 36. I think it was £36.41. It was definitely 36 something. So you do get a bit of fees, but you don't get penalised. Because I was like, well, if I give you 80 quid and I've been charged like 83 something pounds for the laptop sale, like I'm being charged the fees on the top rate. But if I refund you, but no, eBay have got all that worked out as well. So happy days. I had a few more updates for you as well, but I can't remember. There's just so much going on. I'm trying to like come up with some kind of concept or running theme for these videos, but it doesn't really matter. It's just life. I'm sharing my life. There's been no work done whatsoever, other than me. Only that the van is developing, and the artwork did get approved by this Banner Buzz company. I was going to launch a video calling them out, but I thought I need to wait, because Darren got one quote from somebody he know, and it's a white van. It's a Peugeot Boxer, so down either side, nonconformity company, black on these white magnetic, like, yeah, stick-on signs. So it's not pasted to your van, it's just on a thin magnetic stick-on sign basically to metal on the side of the van that you can put on there. And a lot of vans use these. I've been seeing more and more now out and about. So yeah, those two down the side saying non-conformity company, and it will look good because it will look a bit wrong, but that's the whole point of the business. That's the whole point of the brand. It's right aligned, and I just love how that's gone. And now we're going to see it in like a physical form on a van, like, you know. So when I'm about in cars, I'm always looking at branding and vans and seeing what's out there and what stands out and what works and what people are doing differently. And it's not too much, you know, you don't really see too much invention, do you? Like on van branding, a lot of people are plastering like just far too much information. First of all, like the back of the vans especially, they just plaster everything on. They plaster like the Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok logos. It's like, yeah, so what? We know everybody's on all of these social medias now. Like nobody gives a crap about that anymore. Like who cares? And then yeah, they don't like have an offer. They don't have an offer, and they don't have something that they could measure from the back of that van. You know, like I do see it occasionally, but it's like if I had a plumbing business, you know, I'd just work out. I mean, you could do so many things, but you'd work out what the average cost acquisition of a client was, or what your average bill was. Say if you're a plumber and your average job was 300 quid. Okay, so take 10% of that, 30 quid. Come up with some amazing gift like that you could get for 30 quid. I don't know, like something that appeals to a lot of people. I don't know, you could do a bottle of champagne. Say a bottle of champagne, £20 bottle of champagne, free for every new client on the back of the van, and have a separate website, and then have a QR code that links to that. So, you know, like if I saw a plumber driving around with an offer like that, I'd be like, sounds cool. Like, I'm just going to maybe screenshot that. And maybe actually that's another side of the marketing. It's like, you don't need a plumber most of the time. You only need a plumber when things go wrong. So the marketing also should be geared around that. So they could be like, save our number with this QR code, and we'll bring a bottle of champagne to like new customers or new clients or something. Like I'll be like, oh my god, these guys are rocking. I'll go with that. I don't know where I was going with that. It's like, oh well, yeah, just the van stuff here, but £129, which is about a third of the quote. And I looked at many different online websites. These guys seem to have all these crazy tokens and stuff, and a lot of the reviews are really bad. So I got like completely disheartened. I was like, damn, I've like shopped around too much and chosen the lowest price, and I forgot to look at the reviews in detail and look at the background of the company. And then I did it retrospectively, and I was like, oh god, I wish I'd like spent 200 with a really well-reviewed company. But they did get back on Sunday, which is, you know, whatever. Apparently they're based out of India. Banner Buzz. I mean, great prices. If they come through, they did have good reviews as well. So I think it's just, apparently their communication was really bad in a lot of the bad reviews. And some of their products were also bad. So we're not doing, yeah, the odds aren't high here. But I was like, we're on a budget and we spent a lot of money. Just ordered a Delonde fridge freezer, 75 litre, £449. That arrives tomorrow. They've got a great website, great shopping cart experience, delonde.co.uk. Dometic is the big like fridge freezer branded company that you see out there, and everybody's like, Dometic. But it's like, they're twice the price of Delonde, and yeah, they're not good. You're just paying for the brand with a lot of this nonsense out there in the world. So that will come tomorrow, and I'm really excited about trialing that. And I've just been researching the batteries, and these also stick-on solar panels that you can get. Not so you don't need a roof rack and the fixed solar panels. They're like roll-up adhesive. Just roll them out. I've seen them on my friend's Colin van in Bournemouth. He just had it on the side. You just stick it on the side. I was like, is that any good? He's like, yeah, power's what I need, man. It's like, that's handy, because they're like, you know, razor sharp thin. Just stick them on the solar, stick them on the side. So yeah, still learning, but we needed to get the fridge freezer because we've got 2 weeks left really to get the hell out of here, and we need the van rocking and rolling as much as we can for that, which includes food prep and storage. So fridge freezer essential, batteries, whether it's solar or another battery. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's where we're at with that. Now Darren's moved, I think we'll be able to rock and roll. I think Friday we're going to have a big day on the van. I picked up some more screws that can fit through wood and then go into metal today from Screwfix, and 30 more corner brackets, so we can continue, because I got extra like wood trunking and extra wooden board. So, and I did get some extra corner brackets, but we've just got more on that, and yeah, just more of everything basically, so we can build the garage build and then start building out the back lounge, which yeah, there was somebody on, I think I might have mentioned it, but it's just so much going on. The custom cushions, and this girl on Etsy was just like, yeah, here is, I asked for a quote basically. So her messages are just like, they have a low price and they're like, please don't buy for 20p because this is a custom thing. Please message me for a price. So you message them and you're like, I was like 10 centimeters high cushions. This is times 2 cushions, 1.2 meters long, and then like 60 centimeters depth coming out. So that's the seating cushion. 2 of them, and then two similar, but instead of 60 deep, 30 deep, and they go up the back, and then your back sits on them. So you got like, yeah, similar, very similar to my old van. So yeah, she was like, I got 11, 12 week lead time. I'm just like, wow, you got a great. First of all, I'm disappointed because wow, you looked really good and I had a good feeling about you, but I just don't have that lead time. But second of all, like, yeah, just killing it. Making custom cushions on Etsy, great reviews. You know, Etsy's a good platform. That worked really well. I've just got to say, Delonde again. I've got to say that was the most pleasurable website shopping cart experience I think I've ever had. I've really removed the nonsense, and I'm just amazed because I keep talking about the nonsense on different websites. I tell you, one did work today. One nonsense pop-up did work, and I like the way that they did it, because a lot of the times I'm really like just annoyed at and frustrated and done with is when you go to a website and there'll be a pop-up instantly, there'll be a video pop-up, and then they'll be asking you to sign in to Google or whatever, like that pops up straight away, and then they'll be like, allow the notifications. It's like, fucking whoa, I've just got here, take a breath, yeah, calm down, just let me have a little snoop around for 5 seconds at least. And this is what this site did, and it was I was looking up with the batteries and the camper vans and the electrical circuits and all this stuff. I was looking up some guides, some like electrical guides, and then I came across a website. I can't remember the name. I'll talk about it because I put in my email, but I've not seen the email yet. Not that I've checked the email. I checked it immediately, but it wasn't there. But yeah, that site allowed me to get there. It showed me that they were into camper vans. They had a lot of good information about camper vans, setting up camper vans, camper van guides. It was all about camper vans. And they let me look around the site a little bit. And then this pop-up came up, and it was like, oh, do you want our free electrical kind of guides? We'll email them to you. And I was like, oh, great. Because that was also good. They waited, and it came up at kind of the right time, because I was snooping around and finding out information. And they were like, let us send you, our free electrical camper van drawings, or maps, system maps. And yeah, I love that, because it's not like sign up here and we'll give you 10% off. So many people are doing that. So many sites are just doing, put in your email and we'll give you 10% off your first order. Put in your email, we'll give you 10% off your first order. And it's like, I've just got here, I've just got here. And so these guys were like, we just want to give you some of the free drawings. Like, let's get to know each other. And that's what a lot of our philosophy has been talking about with Nonconformity Company, building trust and getting to know people before you even ask for anything. Because yeah, it's just a game. Obviously an email is valuable, so they want to get that, but it's like, they're not giving you anything. They're just giving you 10%. And I just think the days of that kind of stuff is done with, really. And it does work. That's the thing. It does work, but it is a numbers game. It's not going to work with most, and you're just churning numbers. So I like the idea of playing the long, honest, authentic game and building relationships with people and giving them things before you want anything in return. You know, if they're asking for your email for 10% off, they're like, you have to give us something, and then we'll give you something. You know, these guys on the campervan side were like, hey, look, you're obviously interested in campervan design. Here, we'll give you the details. They obviously are asking for the email, but it's like more, it just feels more natural. It's more applicable. It's like, yeah, that's a nice way to act. Like, it's not just a number, 10%. It's just a bit boring, isn't it? It's like, you know, if that's all your marketing team can come up with, it's been done. It's like, come up with some new stuff. Like, get some, where's your originality? Where's your creativity? That's what I'm looking forward to, the banners with a van here. Just like, have fun with marketing, have fun with business, and yeah, break the rules, man. Break the rules. This could be the longest video ever. We'll say bon voyage.